2 weeks from Wednesday. Or 2 weeks, right? 3 weeks.
A couple weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
You talked about some of the things you enjoyed this season. Is there anything that you regret that you might have done differently that you could tell us?
Yeah, there's a lot of things. Not that I'd necessarily tell you, but there's things I'd do differently. Yeah, I mean, every year. I mean, I'll sit down and do an evaluation with all the coaches. We'll do an evaluation with all the players, and a lot of it is a self-evaluation. I think, it took us a couple of weeks to really find our offensive identity. I was really pleased that we ran the ball better later in the year. I wish we could have done it a little better earlier, but we got there. I think it took us a while to find our defensive footing as well. And, the way the year ended, I'm still not sure we found it. That's an area that, we had, and there's reasons for it. I mean, we had 4 returning starters. One of them was dismissed from the team before the year started. Another didn't play half the year. But even with that, I think at times we didn't play as well on that side of the ball as we needed to. And, we're going to look at what we did and evaluate everything from who played to what we did and how we prepared. And we'll be talented on defense next year. We'll be young, but I think we have some good young players that we just got to do a great job developing them and make sure they understand what we're doing. Offensively, some of the reasons that Freddie caught 155 balls, and it was great, an unbelievable year, an All-American Blitnikoff Award finalist. I thought our offensive staff did a great job adapting to losing Tyrone Perani and Calvin Wiley and Ray Hudson for half the year and Derek Brighton. And at the same time, we were able to redshirt 20 of our freshmen, which will pay dividends in the future. So, I was happy that we could redshirt so many guys. And, in retrospect, who thought that you'd stay healthy the whole year at tailback? I mean, we didn't redshirt John Pettigrew because, the only 2 backs we had were Willie Jeter and Chris Bullock, and we didn't anticipate that they'd stay healthy all year. And the good thing is they stayed healthy. The bad thing is probably could have redshirted John Pettigrew. We stayed healthy at safety. Timmy Moore, it would have been great to redshirt him. We didn't. So, if you had a crystal ball, maybe those are guys you would have redshirted. But just at the positions they played and how thin we were, fortunately we stayed healthy, but unfortunately we probably used a year of theirs that I'm sure in 3 years we wish we wouldn't have.
Freddie Barnes is a pro prospect. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, how can you argue with that production? And at the same time, I've been around enough to know that a lot of the measurables that NFL scouts look at, those are things that Freddie's going to work hard on in the next 2 months. And if he makes stride, Freddie's going to work at it. I know that. I mean, he's going to put everything into it, and the whole world knew he was going to get double teamed, and he still catches 17 balls for 3 touchdowns. So, he's a competitor, and he's got a focus to him, and I would not bet against him.
What sort of things could he do to work on his speed?
Well, he's going to go to one of these places that has all the equipment and all the speed development stuff, and that's going to be his focus for the next 2 months. That he knows he needs to run a good time in his pro day. The scouts that come in, you cannot argue with his production, his smarts, his ability to get open, his ability to make plays after the catch. And I really believe that if Freddie can get that 40 time down a little bit, that he'll be playing somewhere next year. And I really think Tyler Sheehan, when it's all said and done, will end up somewhere. I mean, those are good. Those are very good players. We were fortunate to inherit them.
You oftentimes say you don't have a lot of time to watch football games on TV because you're always doing work. But are you going to be making time to watch the Shrine game?
Yeah, just because it's whenever you have a guy that you coached. I mean, it was no different. Last year when Lawrence Sidbury from Richmond was in there, and the year before with Tim Hightower. I mean, you take great pride that those are guys that were in your program, and they're going to be there wearing a Bowling Green helmet. It's then personal. So am I going to watch it to enjoy the game? No, I'm going to watch it because I want to see Freddie do great things. And I'm a I'm a huge Freddie Barnes fan. I'm a huge Tyler Sheehan fan, just like I'm a big Tim Hightower and Lawrence Sidbury fan. Whenever you have players that worked really hard in your program and did everything that you asked them to do and did things the right way, how can you not pull for them? I mean, those are two great representatives of our school. And again, I didn't recruit them here. Coach Brandon did, and we were lucky enough to inherit them and be able to work with them for a year. Love to have them back, but they're going to take the next step, and now we got to start doing our job and bringing players in here and developing the younger guys we have.
Now, with Hightower, does that mean you're rooting for the Cardinals to win the Super Bowl then?
Not necessarily. I root for Tim to get 150 yards and not fumble it.
You guys got anything else? All right, Coach, thanks.
Okay.